Clausen collects crystals. She dabbles in face paint, and she loves sports.
What do you play?
I did play volleyball, soccer, and I want to play basketball.
To Kieran, who's transgender, it's not about racking up victories.
I don't want to win any trophies for it, though. I feel like that's the most.
Oh, here it is. This is the part. Look at the mom.
Because it's not about winning.
The mom mouthing this. The fact that they put this out just blows my mind. No one in the production of this was like, hey, maybe we should crop out mom because this is bizarre. This does not make our cause look just. Well, watch this again. Watch this again.
For it, though. I feel like that's the most unfair way to compete because it's not about winning.
I feel like that's the most unfair way to compete because it's not about winning.
Mouthing the word. She has conditioned her son so much that she has phrases that she's taught him to say, and she's so caught up in it that she mouths along with it to make sure that he's saying the right thing. I mean, that is what's the meme where it's a transgender kid is like a vegan dog. We all know who's making the decisions here. God, it's brutal.
What's it about?
Having fun with your friends.
But next week, her state, Indiana, will ban trans girls like her from playing girls' sports, joining at least 15 other states with
dun, dun, dun.
Similar laws. Now, the Clausens' only hope is that the courts will step in.
It's tough. It's hard to do everything that you can to support your child and then and then
it's so real. You can see the pain. It's the pain. And it just so happens that this woman who apparently is an activist just happened to have a transgender kid. And it's, oh no.
Do everything that you can to support your child and then
everything's fine. And then,
and then have lawmakers come in who don't know anything and say that you're doing the wrong thing for your child. It's really hard.
It's very
Of course that's the dad. Of course that's the dad. This little mousy dude. Oh, man.
It's very personal. The lawmakers are attacking one of the smallest minorities that we have.
Title IX is so important to our family, and it's not just for sports. It's so that she is not discriminated against because of her identity.
50 years ago.
They're doing this for her. I mean, this is... Oh, they're fighting the good fight. Because, this is... Can you believe this? This is just brutal.
Today, Title IX became a landmark law banning discrimination against women and girls in most schools. But the fight now centers around whether that federal right should extend to transgender students.
It's very sad that Title IX has kind of been warped to include biological males when it should be protecting biological females.
Wow, I can't believe they let her on this program.
Chelsea Mitchell is one of 4 student athletes suing the Connecticut Association of Schools, now appealing the case's dismissal, arguing the state violated their Title IX protections by letting trans girls compete against them at track meets.
From the moment I stepped foot on the track.
It's just bizarre. You would think that what Title IX states would make it pretty clear, right? Well, you're not a girl or a woman. Even if you want to say you're transgender, fine. That's a different category. This law is about females. But sure, yeah.
In my first race, I fell in love with the sport.
What about young transgender girls who are also falling in love with track? Should they be denied the same experience that you've had?
Well, that's the thing. They always say this as if they're being denied something, you know? And it's, no, I mean, you could still go do whatever the hell you want to do. You just can't compete with the women. How hard is this to understand? I mean, you could still do it recreationally. And hell, eventually they're going to make a transgender league, I'm sure. So there'll be all 8 transgender athletes in the country competing on a myriad of different things. But, you know, why is this so hard for people? I don't understand.
Everyone deserves the opportunity to compete. It just needs to be done where it's most fair. And women's sports need to be kept as women's sports.
This week, swimming's global government.
Man, I can't believe they gave those 2 girls as much airtime as they did. That's dangerous territory for NBC to air that such hateful and bigoted words for that long of an amount of time. I mean, that's... Whew.
Governing body effectively banned trans women from competing in women's events, only letting swimmers compete in them if they transitioned before age 12.
See, this is why we're starting to see Boston Children's Hospital and Pittsburgh Children's Hospital opening up their new transgender pediatric wards, because that's what this has all been about, right? We gotta transition them younger. Transition 12 or younger, and then you can compete with the women.
Decision coming just a few months after Leah Thomas made history as the first trans woman to win an NCAA swimming championship.
It is a policy.
I'm sorry, did you say Leah Thomas made history? I think what you meant to say is Leah Thomas made her story.
That we need to introduce in order to protect the competitive fairness of our event.
LGBTQ advocacy groups slamming swimming's latest move as discriminatory, as some of the sports world's biggest superstars, like Billie Jean King and Megan Rapinoe, work to fight anti-trans laws, like the one about to go into effect in Indiana, where the Clausens live. We told Rapinoe what Kieran told us.
She just wants to play with her friends. What's your message to her? Oh, gosh.
No one's stopping you from playing with your friends. You can play with your friends. I mean, do it recreationally. I don't understand. Not everyone gets to compete in a professional setting. I mean, I don't understand what the problem is here. You know, I understand. Obviously, I'm using the term professional as like, you know, obviously this isn't professional, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
We're with you, and
but we have Megan Rapinoe here to give us her take, because I'm sure this is important.
It's like emotional to think about. I mean, this kid's, you know, so young. She just literally wants to play with her friends.
For Rapinoe, it's personal.
God forbid a trans person.
Wait, for Rapinoe, it's personal? Did we just find out that Megan Rapinoe is transgender? I think we did.
Person excel in sports. I would rather have that than have kids committing suicide. I would literally give up.
God, they love that one. Listen, it's either let them play sports wherever they want, or they're literally going to kill themselves. Sounds like they need better parents. I mean, if suicide's on the table because you can't kick a ball around with the people you want to, you got bigger problems than transgender women or girls playing with actual females. Much bigger problems.
Everything that I've ever achieved for not one of these kids to feel what they're feeling.
Kieran seems undeterred, with a message now about her journey.
Never stop being you. That's it.
Never stop being you.
There's so many kids that don't even have the opportunity to express who they really are.
This seems so genuine.
We are acknowledging.
Okay, I know it was said in the comments or in the chat, and I said it about, you know, of course that's the guy.
We are
And it was, but this legitimately looks like a lesbian couple. That legitimately, I figured it out. The dad is trans. That's what's going on here. This all goes back to dad. Dad is, they were a lesbian couple. Dad has transitioned. Then they adopted this little boy and decided to turn the little boy into a little girl. Figured it out. This is like a NBC Today. It's a mystery. It's a you gotta crack the code. I figured it out.
Acknowledging more people as who they are than taking something away from somebody else.
The Biden administration is expected to issue a new regulation, several months delayed now, which would reportedly shore up protections for transgender students.
Oh, thank God. Add that to the list of accomplishments for the Biden administration. Oh, come on. Biden can't even put on his own pants.